Hello everyone, here is another build order for you Zergs out there. This time for Zerg versus Zerg, shown to us by Dark. It is a nice, cheeky, cheesy, all-in off of 3 bases. Starting off with a 3-hatch for 4 pool, can be changed to accommodate for a 2-hatch, then pool, then 3rd hatch, if you would like. But let's go into this build order shown to us by Dark. "13 Overlord. Any gaps in what I post on the overlay here, or what I say, is to be assumed to be make drones. Make drones. Take a drone and go to your natural. Got a 17 hatch. Drone up to 18, and then take that 18th drone, go to your 3rd base, and slap down your 3rd hatchery. Get a gas geyser. Stop building drones, go for a pool at 17. Continue building drones. Fill up your extractor. Stop building drones at 20. Your natural should be done. Build 2 more drones. Build 1 more drone. Then build 2 queens as soon as the spawning pool is done. Get speeds as soon as you have 100 gas. Get a 3rd queen at your 3rd base. Build an overlord. From here on out, just do not get supply blocked. Build 4 lings. Drone. Build a baneling nest to 3 minutes. Build a few more drones. Deny any attempt at scouting, either with your lings or sack your queens. Not sack your queens. Set your queens on a sacking overlord, but another overlord yourself. Start building lings. As many as you can. All larva production goes into lings at this point. Send a few lings over to their side of the map, assuming that you've taken out their scouting ling already. Hopefully avoiding any overlord scouts. Hide all your producing lings in either your main or your natural. Speed should finish right now. Build 4 banelings, ideally with lings on their side of the map, out of the way of scouting. Keep building lings, keep building lings. Now, send all your lings forward. Your banelings should be finishing up as the rest of your speedlings come. They are being revealed at this point, but now your all-in is in full force. Attack into their natural or 3rd, no matter what they have, and hopefully you have just won the game, just like Dark did right here. Now, let's go into the build discussion. The strengths of this build are such. Surprise factor. It's an all-in. It'll happen to the best of people. 3 hatch opener deception. So the 3 hatch opener is going to give you a bit of a boost to that larva, and maybe like a very tiny blip in the economy, I suppose, too. But this is all about the all-in, after all. So it's more the fact that someone can scout 3 bases and assume, oh, okay, they might hit me with lings later on, but for now they're going to drone. Nope. It's a trick. Decent chance to macro out. Maybe decent's a bit strong of a word, to be honest, but you don't have a lot of drones. You do already have 3 hatcheries, and especially if they're your opponent's on a map that is not easily, you don't easily get a 3rd base, then you could continue to deny their 3rd while droning and making up for the lack of drones initially. So there is some way to macro out of this, unless it really fails. Can be adapted to a macro build order. So basically, instead of making a lot of lings, you just make maybe like 10 lings and then drone. Easy peasy, you still have a 3 hatch opener build that you can use. Weaknesses. 3 hatch opener style will lose to early pools. Simple as that. You are taking a risk to do a risk, you know? But as I said in the beginning of the video, like, this can be adapted into just that, you know, hatch, gas, pool, and then later on hatch. It might not be quite as powerful, and it might not be as deceptive, but it can be adjusted. If Ling Flood is scouted at home, like a Ling gets in or an overload gets in without you seeing, opponent will have time to build a wall. They'll try and get a Baneling Nest. They might get a Spine Crawler, extra queens, depending on what they're doing. And if they get a Baneling Nest and their own Banelings, this will make it a lot harder to do damage. But technically your micro might still outshine them. It's when they have a wall that's very healthy and a couple of queens and maybe a Spine Crawler, that's when you're pretty much screwed, and you might as well not even try and just try and macro out by continuing to contain them on 2 base. That's probably going to be your best bet. The hidden banes off to the side can be a reveal of your intentions. This isn't always true. So, you know, say you don't see his Overlord and you more 4 Banelings, that might make them perk up and be like, wait, maybe I should make my own Baneling Nest, maybe I should make my own Lings. But that still might be too late, first of all. And then second of all, sometimes people just do that, and they hope to kind of get like a run by. So it's not like, oh my god, he's definitely doing an all-in thing, but it's a little suspicious. Macroing out will be difficult. So I said there's a decent chance to macro out. I said that also might be a bit strong of a word. Yeah, it's just going to be very difficult to do. You're going to have to really understand the matchup, I think, to really appropriately come out of this ahead if you don't just, you know, directly deal damage or directly kill your opponent. Now, for some tips and tricks. Use the initial 4 lings in your queen to type scouting Zerglings, especially when you are hiding the lings. As we saw in that game, a ling, or 2 lings I believe, came forward, but it wasn't even at a time where he would be able to scout what was going on. I think it might have seen the Baneling Nest, but if a ling gets that far into your base, you definitely messed up. So don't let that happen. You know, even take such risks as, or precautions rather, as blocking the ramp with a queen and 4 lings if you think you aren't able to stop them. And then for Overlords, you actually saw Dark a little bit with his queens on the outer edges of his creep. He was intentionally trying to stop any Overlords from ducking in and ducking back out. I'm pretty sure, at least. So if they get any glimpse whatsoever of lings even popping from one hatchery, that's a good sign. That's a good indication they should be defending. So lastly, adapt this build to a regular 2-hatch opener. This will help against early pools, which is quite common in ZvZ, and be more useful in different maps too. This was a little bit of an interesting build to use in 16-bit because of the map, but you can still do it on other maps as well. But may not convince your opponents to your macroing. So again, that deception thing maybe doesn't tie in as much, but ZvZ is about so much deception on so many different levels that it's not even really accurate to say that because you went for a 3-hatch for a pool, you're ever only going to macro. In fact, I would say like 3% of the time you see a big ling flood from 3-hatch for 4 pool. It's just a matter of if you're truly all-inning, if you truly cut a lot of drones to do it. And of course, if you like this content, then consider following me on this YouTube channel, on Twitter, on Twitch, on Instagram, supporting my Patreon, whatever. And also, go ahead and check out my other videos. Thanks for watching.